I'm with Extruded Solutions, and we're here today to install our tailgate seal or taper seal on a 2018 Chevy 1500. Now we printed directions from tailgateseal.com, which allows us to get a faster and cleaner install, and shows us how the cut pieces need to be done and the lengths. So I've already cleaned the surface really good, thoroughly, and I final prep with the alcohol pad that's included, and I've already installed the right side. And this particular install has 3 cut pieces, one here, here, and down here, and the tailgate top, and of course the long one on the sidewall. So let's do the left side, and then we'll also do the tailgate gap. Okay, so like the directions say, start about 1 inch below the truck bed floor, and then line that adhesive so the bulb's coming out just a little bit this way. You can kind of step back a little bit to make sure you're getting a straight line. Now don't apply a lot of pressure, because you can remove and readjust this seal. As you're coming up towards the top, you're going to gradually rotate the seal so that bulb is facing towards the inside of the truck bed. And a nice way to mark it so that you can pull it back and cut it. Any type of pen, it'll show up. Or you can use a white tape. Now you can pull that back. Alright, bring that back up. Okay, and again, just light pressure. Okay. And next we're going to install our 3 cut pieces. First one is a 3-inch piece. I've already cut these with my tape measure. And in this particular one, that adhesive is going right about up to the side of the seal itself on the other. And if you look at this side here, we can always adjust it after we close the tailgate to look at it. And we'll leave that right there. And then there's 1-inch piece. And that goes at the tailgate gap near the bottom. Right here, light pressure. And then it looks like this has a 4 1/4 inch piece tucked up against the top, and right about there. So now let's close the tailgate before you put on the tailgate seal for the tailgate gap here, and we'll check how it lines up. So we're looking for any air pockets. Looks nice and sealed, 100%. And next we can bring the tailgate back down. Now it is already in place, so you could press this out very firm right now, which is fine. We can do that. So press very firmly. This is a high quality 3MST 1200 tape, which bonds the these types of surfaces, as well as the polyurethane surface, or the better known as a spray and bed liner. Make sure this is put on when the temperature is 55 degrees or more. And we'll wet out this other side. That's the 3M terminology, is to wet out the adhesive. And most adhesives will bond to about 70% after 24 hours, and max set would be about after 72 hours. So if for some reason you are actually applying the adhesive to a spray and bed liner, then you want to keep your tailgate down for about 24 hours, and that'll get its maximum set. So okay, let's put on the tailgate seal for the gap. And because your truck bed floor extends beyond the tailgate gap, you want to come just below that with the adhesive. So brush up against your seal on the sidewall. Your straight line is going to be about right there. So that's where the adhesive comes just below the extension of the truck bed floor. Okay, so right in there. Okay. So that's your even spot right there. And you can see the bulb will actually be even with the lower ridge of the truck bed floor in this particular model. So we didn't brush up against the side tailgate seal on the sidewall, so let's take this off. Let's brush up against first. Come down. Sometimes with your hinge, you may need to invert the seal to about this point so that the bulb side is down, because you can find sometimes, and this has happened in GMC Canyons in particular, that the bulb will roll too much. And if the bulb rolls too much where you can see the adhesive about to that extent, then you're going to want to invert the seal to where the bulb side is down. Whether or not it will go all the way across, you'll have to figure that out based on that particular motion. But this one looks like there's quite a bit of clearance. Once you get to here, if for some reason we would need to re-invert the seal, you may end up going from this sidewall to here where the bulb side is down, and then cut and then bring the bulb side back up. But we won't be able to determine that until we put it on, close the tailgate, and see if there's any gaps. Okay, so now for now we'll put it on straight across. Again, light pressure. And I know this is lining with the lower ridge of the truck bed floor, so I'm pretty much just going to line it with that, making sure though that adhesive strip is underneath the extension. Haven't had a situation where it's interfering with any cameras, or in this case, extensions coming out of the gap on any models. Push it down too hard. Let's close the gap. Now what we're going to watch for is if that bulb is going to roll down at all, especially right at the hinge. And if it is, we can readjust that. So you got a bit of roll. That's about as much roll as you want. So in this situation, we could probably invert the whole seal where the bulb side is down, but I don't really see that there's a lot of the adhesive showing. So let's close the tailgate. Just double check. Make sure there's no air pockets. No. So that's good enough. So the tailgate cap is a little bit tighter. This is on the 2018, but it's never that consistent. So you have to determine that as you put it on. So we're gonna just wet out the tape adhesive all the way through. Sometimes it's easy to do it that way, or you can reach in and do it this way by lifting up the ball. Want to press really firmly on this. I'm going to probably come back later and do it again. Pressing this very firmly is key to making sure this stays on in the next 24 hours and gets a really good bond. There you go. So next we'll put on a tonneau cover or truck cap.